I've been in Houston or Texas once, and that was that Super Bowl earlier that year, and I was in and out, so it was like a blur. Growing up, I never thought I would be in Texas.
The collapse of Houston, Texas. Where do they go next as a franchise? The success of an NFL franchise or any other organization largely depends on the organizational structure of the enterprise. NFL franchises who dominate the league season after season are the ones who make sure that their organizational skills are top-notch. It is the alarming organizational issues of Houston, Texas that have caused the franchise a lot of problems recently. We may be witnessing one of the biggest collapses of an NFL team that we've seen in many years. Today we'll be highlighting some of the problems that Houston, Texas is faced with, which include bad trades, coaching issues, and betrayal of players' trust. We'll also look at possible solutions to some of these problems. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like on this video. Also, if you would like a chance to win this month's amazing giveaway prize of a brand new PS5, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! Have you ever heard that old saying, everything is bigger in Texas? Well, we can say that Houston, Texas has some big problems on its hands, and it's all down to poor organizational skills. In the past season, there have been problems with key players, problems with finding the right manager, and problems with trades. Houston's bad trades. For a team with Houston's size and appeal, one would expect that it would not have the problems with keeping its best stars and attracting the best players in the league, but it doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. The trouble began before the start of the 2020 season. The Texans surprised everyone in the NFL when they traded DeAndre Hopkins and a fourth-round pick to the Arizona Cardinals. Hopkins was quarterback Deshaun Watson's go-to receiver, and this didn't go down well with the quarterback. It would have been better if the trade had any benefits, but it didn't. Houston received a 2020 second-round pick and a 2021 fourth-rounder, and the deal drew criticism on social media from pundits and players alike. Since coming to the league in 2013, Hopkins had established himself as one of the best players, if not the best, in that position. Given his immense talent, it was surprising to watch the Texans trade Hopkins away. The fact that the team didn't even receive a first three-time NFL defensive MVP J.J. Watt, a once proud Texans player and face of the franchise much of the last decade, asked for his outright release from the club, and he got it. The 31-year-old from Milwaukee, Wisconsin was a first-team All-Pro defensive end from 2012 to 2015 and again in 2018. He was named the league's defensive MVP in 2012, 2013, and 2015. As of last summer, Watt never expected to finish his career anywhere other than Houston. Now he's out the door. That speaks volumes about the dysfunction now crippling the Texans franchise. Anyone of any merit and standing wants out, it seems. Coaching problems. Another problem the Houston franchise is facing is getting a good coach. After a 0-4 start to the 2020 season, Houston fired head coach and general manager Bill O'Brien. O'Brien held a 52-48 record in 100 regular season games and led the team to the playoffs in 4 of his past 5 seasons, but he won only 2 postseason games in that span and just one with Watson under center. Franchise owner McNair didn't think critically of his decision to add the flailing head coach Bill O'Brien's workload the duties of GM, Irking Deshaun Watson. If there's anything that can affect the progress of an NFL franchise, it has to be a disgruntled star player. Although Watson had an outstanding individual season, the Texans didn't find the team success. The offseason provided the best opportunity for the franchise to steady the ship, starting with finding a new coach and GM. However, they only made matters worse for themselves. The straw that broke the camel's back, causing tension within the organization, was the Texans' hiring of their general manager, former New England Patriots director of player personnel Nick Caserio, without consulting Watson. Watson had been promised by team owner Cal McNair that he would be involved in the search for a head coach and general manager. Instead, McNair ignored Watson's recommendations and didn't even list the search firm the team hired. Corn Carey recommended Pittsburgh Steelers VP of Football and Business Administration Omar Khan, and ESPN analyst recommended Louis Riddick to become the next general manager, but McNair went on to hire Nick Caserio. To make matters worse, Watson had to hear about the hiring on social media. Watson also encouraged the Texans to interview Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, whom Houston could have talked to during Kansas City's bye week. Instead, they were the only team with a head coach opening not to interview Bieniemy. It wasn't until weeks after Watson's frustration with the organization had become public that the Texans finally submitted an interview request for Miami. It feels a little too late now, and it seems like Watson is closer to the exit door with every passing minute. The Jack Easterby role. Bill O'Brien was a key part of the team's problems, but there may have even been a bigger issue with executive Jack Easterby. Having joined the organization in 2019, Easterby has seemingly offended quite a number of staff and both current and former players. Cal McNair hired Easterby away from the New England Patriots in 2019, and the former pastor has quickly gained more authority in the organization. Only a few months into the job with so much authority, Easterby fired general manager Brian Gaine. By January 2020, Easterby was promoted to vice president of football operations. The executive also played a major role in Hopkins' trade, which will forever be remembered as one of the worst deals in NFL history. He also made the call to fire O'Brien, which allowed him to become interim general manager. Although McNair claimed that Easterby wouldn't retain the role in 2021, and the club's next general manager would determine if he remained with the organization, reports showed that Easterby skipped exit interviews with players to fly with McNair for a secret interview with Caserio. In December 2020, Sports Illustrated reported on Easterby's sudden climb to power. Many of the staff are skeptical of him, with issues with mistrust and chaos being some of his flaws. Since that story came out, fans have turned against Easterby and demanded his removal from the organization. Fearing that his job was in jeopardy, Easterby started telling people at the Texans that he would sue Sports Illustrated for defamation, and then it granted him access to the sources' names, which is untrue. What's next for Watson? Star quarterback Deshaun Watson is yet to demand a trade and hasn't been made available by the Texans in trade talks, but there has been speculation about where he could land if he ever chooses to quit the Texans. One of the destinations has been Miami. Texans owner Cal McNair finally contacted Watson after his prolonged stretch of silence with the organization, but it seemed that the situation is far from resolved, as Watson returned to Twitter after recently deactivating his account, tweeting another cryptic message. As days continue to pass, it appears that Watson might be closer to exiting Houston, as he remains upset about the process that led to the hiring of general manager Nick Caserio. Without any doubt, the Houston Texans are a mess. Given everything going on within the organization, Deshaun Watson might not be the only player who wants out, which will only put them down deeper in their already enormous hole. With that being said, we end today's video. What are your thoughts on the situation the Houston Texans find themselves in? What do you think they can do as it stands now? Do you think Deshaun Watson would be right to quit the franchise? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, before you leave, we'll be doing a special giveaway in the video. Leave a comment down below with your prediction of what the Houston Texans' finishing record will be after the 2021 season. We'll look back to this video at the end of the season and we'll be giving a special prize away to anyone who guesses correctly. Good luck! Don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss our next video and other of our videos. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep safe.